This is the final video for CSCI 1041, the calculation of dates in Excel by Megan Ciluffo. Okay, why do we calculate dates in Excel? Calculating dates in Excel can be useful for various reasons. We're going to talk about 6 today. The first one's project planning, where you can calculate deadlines, durations, and timelines for projects to determine start dates, end dates, and intervals between your tasks. You can use it for financial planning, like calculating dates in Excel allows you to project future financial events such as loan payments, investment maturity dates, and budgeting periods. You can also use it for time tracking. In businesses where time tracking is crucial, you can use it to calculate work hours, overtime, and vacation days. For event planning, it's also useful because whether it's scheduling meetings, conferences, or personal events, Excel can help you manage dates efficiently. For data analysis, Excel's date functions can help you calculate averages, trends, and seasonality, and this is particularly useful in fields like sales, forecasting, stock market analysis, and scientific research. And then finally, automating processes. Excel's date function can be integrated into macros and scripts to automate repetitive tasks. For example, you can set up macros to automatically generate reports based on specific date criteria. So just all in all, calculating dates in Excel enhances productivity, facilitates planning, and enables better decision making by providing insights to time-related data. Okay, now we're going to calculate date differences using serial number 1. In Excel, each date has a set serial number. So serial number 1 refers to January 1st of 1900. So to calculate how many days it's been since our set serial number, we're going to open Excel and in the cell type equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, -1, 1 referring to our serial number date. And then when you hit enter, you want to ensure that the home tab in the Excel ribbon is set to general so you get the correct result. So the today that we're referencing is April 10th of 2024. So when you do equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, -1, our serial number date, your answer should be 45,392 days since January 1st of 1900. Okay, so now using Excel, we're going to calculate the end of the month date from today's date. Today referring to the 10th of April of 2024. So first we're going to type end of month date, and then we're going to type equals EO, which stands for end of month. And then with open parenthesis, we're going to click on our cell that contains our date, comma, 0, close parenthesis, and then you want to click on the cell, and then in the home ribbon, you want to make sure it's set to short date, which will give you the end of the month's date. Using PowerPoint, we're going to calculate current time. So to calculate it in Excel, we're going to use the equation equals now, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, which will look like this in the cell. And then to ensure it's correct, you want to make sure your general Excel ribbon is set to time. Now we're going to calculate weekdays between now being the 10th of April, and the end of the month, which we just calculated previously. So in your cell, you want to type equals net work days spelled out. And then what you're going to want to do is open parenthesis, and we're going to start with your current date, today being, or current date being today, which is the 10th, comma, end of the date with we just calculated, close parenthesis, hit enter to get 15 days. Now using PowerPoint, we're going to calculate how many days alive we are. So to calculate it, we're going to use the equation equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, minus an open cell. In that open cell, you want to type your birthday. For instance, I used cell C14 as shown in the picture. So you want to do equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, minus your birthday. And then when you hit enter, you want to ensure that the home tab ribbon is set to general. Okay, so now using Excel, we're going to calculate how many weekends are between now being the 10th of April 24, and the end of the month, which we have previously calculated. So in your cell, you want to type equals, and then you can click on the end of your month, and then you want to minus it from today's date, the 10th we're referencing, plus 1, and then you want to do minus, and then you're going to type net work days, and then you're going to do open parenthesis, and then again you're going to do today's date minus the end of the month date, close parenthesis, and then you want to ensure that's set to general. Okay, using PowerPoint, I'm going to teach about relative dates. So to calculate what day it will be 30 days from today, in Excel, you're going to use the equation equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, plus 30, which will look like this. And then you want to ensure your Home tab ribbon is set to date to get your correct result. Now in Excel, we're going to calculate 3 different ways to use date. We're going to calculate date differences, which is the difference of days between a set date from today. We're going to talk about short versus long date. And to start off, we're going to talk about date differences, and we're going to calculate how many days are between now and, or how many days are between Christmas and now. So in your first cell, you're going to type date differences. And then for the equation, first you want to start by doing equals, but in a separate cell, you want to type the date we will be referencing, how many days in between we will be doing. So for instance, I chose Christmas of last year, so we're going to type 12/25/2023. And then for your equation, you're going to do equals, and then you're going to click on today's date minus the date we're referencing, and then hit enter, which will reference 107 days it has been from today since Christmas. And next, we're going to do the date in the short format. So in order to do the formatting for the short date, what we want to do is in our cell, we're going to do equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, and then you want to ensure it's set to short date. And then a different formatting for long date will be the same equation, but we want to make sure it's the long equation. So we're going to do the same equals today, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, but you want to make sure it's set to long date. And those are your 3. In review on how to calculate dates in Excel, today we learned date differences using Excel's serial number. We learned how to calculate the end of the month, the current time, how many weekdays there are between now being today and a set date, how many days alive we have been, how many weekends there are between today and a set date, relative dates, date differences, in the short versus long formatting for dates. Thank you so much for watching my presentation on how to calculate dates in Excel using Screen Grab, PowerPoint, and Canva.